Alright, today we're reacting to Jidion's new video, Turning My Life to Christ. But before that, make sure to like and subscribe. We're on the road to 3,500. I would really appreciate it if you hit that subscribe button and that like button to help boost the video. But other than that, let's get right into it.
Time to talk to y'all.
Real quick, if you hear like screaming in the background, they're watching football downstairs. So sorry if there's background noise. But yeah, let's get into this.
Boys, man. You know what? I'm not gonna let Jidion come out. There's no point in letting Jidion. I thought for a second, boys, trying to turn to God, y'all. I'm not trying to put like my pinky toe in no more. I'm not gonna just be sitting on the edge of the pool. I want to jump full in. I want to dive all in, chat. So
it's kind of something I want to do, low key, because I feel like I've never fully believed in anything specifically, but I've always believed that, God or some form of God. And I feel like I've always been on like the outskirts, like you just said, like barely into the religion stuff. But I feel like so many people talk about how much you need God in your life and stuff like that. So I feel like this is something I'd want to do too.
that's all I'm gonna say. But I don't want to just talk the talk. I want you guys to like see it in my actions. You feel me? I was with my girl. We were Ubering back from her college, and then right when we got back to the crib, the Uber driver, she looked back at us and she asked us a question. Me answering it made my heart sunk. But she said, if you guys were to die right now, would you go to heaven or would you go to hell? I had to be honest with myself. I had to look into myself, and I was like, the way I'm living right now, if God was to take my breath away right now, I'm going to hell. I couldn't even lie about it, chat. You feel me? Like, and you know what's crazy, chat? I be letting so many worldly things dictate how my day's gonna go. You feel me? You got people out here that are battling cancer, having horrible, like,
That's
being
very
victims
true.
of horrible crimes and all
Facts.
kinds of stuff, right? And they still have the ability to put a smile on their face and be genuinely happy. I get a strike on my channel and I'm not able to post for a week. I'm over here in the slumps. You would have thought my dog died, chat.
Yeah, we definitely don't realize how lucky a lot of us are, even though, stuff happens to everybody. But if you really think about it, it's not even close to some of the stuff that happens to other people that are still, smiling every day, being happy every day, and not letting stuff like that slow them down.
The way I was around here acting when I was gone for that week, bro, just pouting, being moody, being rude to people. The only reason why I was acting like that is because I'm letting worldly things dictate how my spirit is. And like, the Bible talks about it all the time. You can't be moved by the world. You have to hate the world. Chat, like, it's crazy. Like, Jesus is telling me that I have to hate the world, but the world loves me. You feel me? And that's like a honest predicament that I thought I was in. But really, it's an easy solution, bro. Like, if I'm gonna follow the spirit, I'm not gonna have a problem putting away worldly things. And I just had to like look at myself, chat, and I had to just think, if I do follow Jesus, if I do follow his word to tooth and nail of what it is front to back, then I'm not gonna be Jidion anymore. I'm not gonna be popping. I'm not.
I feel like a lot of his content is definitely. I mean, I can't say for sure because I don't. Like I said, I'm not religious, so I've never read the Bible or anything like that. But I feel like a lot of his content definitely does go against some of the things in the Bible. So I feel like he definitely have to change his content. But I mean, Jidion's just funny as it is. I feel like there's no way Jidion will like fall off because he turns to God or anything like that. Like I feel like no matter what, Jidion's still gonna be around. Jidion will still be funny. He doesn't need to do the certain like pranks and stuff like that to be funny. He's entertaining as he is for real.
Gonna be on your guys' For You pages with edits. I'm not gonna be having the ASAP Rockies and the Mark Wahlbergs hit me up. I'm not gonna be having the NBA ask me to do stuff and like for the longest chat, like I've been pushing this off for like the last year and a half, 2 years. But I was like, I'm not ready yet. Like, I don't want to do it yet. I don't want to do it yet. I don't want to do it yet. But after that lady got done talking to me, it was like, if I were to die right now, with me chopping it up with ASAP Rocky, with me chopping it up with Mark Wahlberg or Mark Cuban, or going
Yeah.
to the Simon charity match, would any of that really matter, chat? No.
No, all the content stuff, all the popularity, all the fame doesn't matter at the end of the day, really. But it seems like he's basically saying that he was scared that if he turns his life to Christ, that basically he's scared he'd fall off and people wouldn't, watch him or enjoy his content anymore. But I feel like that's just not true. Like, I feel like a lot of people will respect him a lot more too if he did that, and I feel like he will. I mean, when you do big changes when it comes to content, you always lose people. So no matter what, yeah, he will lose people, and he might lower in popularity, but he'll never like fall off.
It really wouldn't. Jesus tells us in the Bible, it's easier for a needle to go through a camel than for a rich man to go to heaven. And Chapman, thanks to you guys, I've acquired a very nice fortune, And I'm not saying that to brag or anything, but this fortune that I have on earth is nothing compared to the fortune I can have in the kingdom of heaven. This is just me like really talking to y'all. Like, this is me trying to just be so 100% transparent. But God tells us that a bird doesn't have to worry about where he's going to get his next meal from. And then he said, are you not better than a bird? I'm way better than a bird. So why am I tripping? Why am I tripping? You know the crazy thing about it, chat? I'm gonna just spill the beans to y'all, bro. I'm gonna be honest. So I was about to take a I was about to take a gambling deal, chat. I was about to take a gambling deal. I was about to do a deal with my bookie. I
Do
was
not do
giving
that.
myself so many reasons to take the deal. I was like, oh, I could pay my employees more. I'll be able to do cool events. I was trying to trick my brain into saying, oh, I'll be able to work more directly with these sporting companies and everything.
I feel like for me, when it comes to like the gambling deals and stuff like that, I don't I don't like the gambling deals at all. I feel like they they kind of, not that they change people, but they, how do I say it? They like lower people's creativity in their content. Like an example is Aiden is he's still very creative in his content and he still does good stuff, but like he doesn't do as much as he used to when he was like on Twitch and stuff like that. Like Aiden is nowhere near how he used to be. But I still love Aiden's content. I still really like Aiden's videos and all that. And other than the gambling stuff, like I've never watched him gamble like for more than 5 minutes. I don't know, that isn't really content to me. But I mean it is to other people, so if you like it, go ahead, I guess.
Chat, bro. I was gonna be making a lot of money. A lot of money. And for minimum work. But that's the reason why it's minimum work, is because like you guys clicking that link to the gambling page would be making up what they're paying me. You feel me? Because I even talked to Nico about it, right? And I was like, yo, Nico, man, I think I'm gonna do it. And Nico was like, don't do it, bro. Like, you're not that person. I
I
was
don't think
giving
I'd ever
Nico
take a
every
gambling
excuse under
deal.
the bus, and he was just like, man, I'm not gonna tell you what to do, but this isn't you, bro. And he was like, don't do it. My spirit was telling me not to do it, but I was just listening to my flesh, man. Bro, I'm telling you guys, do not listen to your flesh, bro. And you guys might be wondering, like, what are you saying by that? You'll know when you're in that circumstance. Do not give in to your flesh. Your flesh hates everything that your spirit's about, and the spirit wants nothing to do with everything that the flesh is about. So there's never a gray area with those things, you know? It's either black and white. That's one of the things in life. That's one of the only things in life that's black and white, is your flesh. So the flesh and the spirit, what they both want. Fast forward, it's getting closer and closer to us finishing the deal and stuff. And then I was talking to Young Don, and he read this one verse, and I hadn't even told him about this yet. But here, let me find it for y'all real quick. Then he told them a parable. A rich man's land was very productive. He thought to himself, "What should I do since I don't have anywhere to store my crops? I will do this," he said. "I'll tear down my barns and build bigger ones and store all my grain and my goods there. Then I'll say to myself, you have many goods stored up for many years. Take it easy, eat, drink, and enjoy yourself." Bro, chat. The crazy thing about it is I literally had a number in my head. I was like, once I get to this number, I'll be good and my children are gonna be good. And
I feel like a lot of people think like that. Like you have a goal, like you have a number in your head, and that number is where you want to reach. And once you hit that number, you just want to be done and be you feel comfortable. But I feel like you should never have that number because you should never be comfortable with what you have. You always have to, work harder and be prepared for things and, stuff like that.
I'll just be chilling, bro, you know? Like I was still gonna be creating content here and there, but like I had a number in my just like how he did, I had a number in my head and I was gonna store up to that number. I was gonna store up in my barn to that number and I was gonna take it easy, I was gonna eat, I was gonna drink, and I was gonna enjoy myself, right? And then in verse 20, but God said to him, "You fool, this very night your life is demanded of you, and the things you have prepared, whose will they be?" Chat, there's nothing on this earth when you die that is yours. There is
True.
nothing that you own. Once we're in the dirt, once we're gone, it doesn't matter. Like it's not like, oh, that's his, he's still gonna hold on to it. It's free real estate, you know? If someone dies and they don't have nobody in their will, what happens? The government takes it. If someone dies and their bank account's been sitting there for a while, what's gonna happen? The bank's gonna take it. There's nothing in this world that when we die is ours.
Facts.
And then in Luke, the next verse, that's how it is with the one who stores up treasure for himself and is not rich towards God. And bro, that's literally what I would have been doing if I took that gambling deal, chat. I would be storing up for myself instead of God. I would be storing up. Like I was trying to make it seem like, oh, for you guys, just do more giveaways or my parents. But no, it was my own selfish needs. Bro, I don't need any more money. I really
I don't
don't.
even smoke weed, but I feel high when I'm next to you, babe. Used to be my girl, used to be my boo thing. Now I'm telling everybody you my
He's
boo thing. You my boo
I
thing.
like that he's doing this, honestly, because like the last thing he just said is I don't need any more money. I really don't. Like he I feel like it's hard, like yeah, he said he has like he had a gambling deal, and I bet that gambling deal was at least like probably 30, 50 million over a certain amount of time. Obviously I don't actually know, but it was probably something like that. And I feel like for most of us, if you look at that, even if you have, $1 million, $5 million, you see 30 million, you're still going to want it. Even if you have 100 million, even people like Elon Musk with 200 billion, I bet they see 330 million, they still want it. But he was smart enough not to take that money and to put it towards, I guess, not take the money and put that energy towards something more important.
All white Gucci suit, I'm feeling